Alright, and we're back at the Academy of Art with 1v1's. This is our semifinals for today. We have Persin versus Lagspike, both running, well, Ignite, and Persin choosing Flash and Lagspike picking Barrier. Now, Lagspike has been frequenting Barrier, and Persin is always choosing Flash and matches his very aggressive playstyle. However, Lagspike's main champion is Lee Sin. How does that factor in right now?
What I'm thinking right now is I've played a little bit of Lee Sin before, and he has two movement-based abilities. He's got his...
Okay, so Lee Sin has got his dash toward an ally, and then his dash toward an enemy. And it makes Lee Sin very, very slippery. And so it's easy... It's pretty easy for someone who's just picking up Lee Sin to pull off this combo, but to perfect it is something absolutely different. And for Lagspike, if this is his main champion, he's got it down. It's not even about landing the combo. It's just about doing it whenever he chooses to do it.
Yeah, and, you know, just having those two movement abilities, I'm personally not a fan of picking Flash on Lee Sin because of it. I think the barrier is going to be much more of a useful tool here because if you have, for example, if you start with a war with neither of these players did, actually there's a little action going on here.
Just early on, Lagspike is having quite a bit of an exchange. It does end up in Persin's favor. But you can see that Persin is not afraid of Lagspike's Lee Sin.
Which is good because he's not going to be able to play this passively. Lee Sin, no. And Lagspike is actually recalling here.
And it's just a bait. It looks like Lagspike wants to pick up Persin before the minions even spawn.
That was a very good bait on Lagspike's side. You know, Persin just went in straight for that, and it was, you know, he walked straight into that queue, and there was just nothing that he could do about it. So he's now recalling. Both players actually recalling now, going to go back, get some health, and come back in the lane. And that's a pretty amazing recall animation, I will say.
So, what's great about that move, that last move from Lagspike, is he didn't get excited. He knew he wasn't going to pick up the kill there, and so he didn't drop his Ignite. He saved it. And easily you could think, oh, I'm engaging now, drop Ignite, and most summoners go into full engage mode, and right then Lagspike goes, I'm not going to pick up the kill right now. I'm not going to die this, so I'm just going to wait. But I'm going to show him that, you know, he should be afraid of me. What that does is it sets kind of lane dominance, where Lagspike is going to be able to roam a bit more freely, and it sets Persin on the defensive. And normally Persin would rather have the aggressive offensive. Lagspike coming on, doing quite a bit of damage, chunking, you know, Persin quite a bit. Lagspike taking a little bit of hits from the caster minions, but not a whole lot. They're just about even. We have the defensive choice, though, for Persin, which is normally Persin picks the more aggressive role, you know, with that longsword a couple games ago.
Yeah, and he's showing it again with picking that Flash, which has gone pretty well with the aggressive items he's been picking. But now with the cloth armor and 5-pot, it's, you know, it's helping.
And a great jump on it. Looks like a mistake from Persin, though, as Lagspike has a really good return. Persin's gonna have to pop one of those pots, and Lagspike comes out ahead in that trade-off.
Yeah, I think Persin came into this knowing that he's going to be taking a lot of damage, and that's why he picked up that cloth armor and that 5-pot. And it's allowing him to stay in lane. If he can manage to harass Lagspike more than the amount of harass that he is receiving, then he might actually be able to force Lagspike to go back a little bit sooner, because he definitely has a lot more sustain.
Now, we were talking to Lagspike before the match, and he was saying how he was really excited that the champion he got to play was Lee Sin because it's his main. It looks like Persin kind of had a Lee Sin in his back pocket because Persin is responding very well to this game. And I feel that this game isn't just going to be based around the trades and the fighting, but it looks like it'll also come down to CS and also turret. I feel that players have to be on their toes in all aspects.
Definitely, and right here we can already see that Lagspike is pushing the lane really hard, and he's having to defend his turrets, are taking a little bit of damage, nothing significant, but he is behind on CS right now.
Now it looks like he was waiting to get that, and you can see the range that's there from, if you direct drive to me there to there, it's quite a bit of range.
Yeah,
to dash through. So he can almost snipe Persin, and you see him just flying in there, and then he's able to get away. Lagspike falling dangerously low, Ignite going on both of them, and the barrier baited a great time. Does the Ignite tick away? No, the health pot saves Persin, and Lagspike is very low. They're both going to hang around. This is going to be the game very soon. You know they want to dash. This is Lee Sin, and it looks like he's starting to bait again with the recall. Does he actually get to go away? Is he going to cancel it? We're not quite sure. He is going to take it. So it looks like this game is going to go on just a little bit longer.
That was such a close engage there. I knew Lagspike was holding out on that barrier, and it looked like it was going to be enough to pick up the kill, but with those health pots for Persin, it was enough to keep him alive, keep him in lane, and now he's burning through those health pots, but he is going to finally recall after pushing the minion wave to Lagspike's turret.
That was an extremely close engage there, and you could see that with all of the different particle effects going on, who had what shield, when a barrier was going up, who had ignites, who had pots. You can see both players were looking not necessarily at their health bars, but they were looking at each other's character, the character themselves, seeing who had what buffs and when they should do a certain ability or a certain, like when to activate the barrier. And Lagspike was waiting for just the right time to pop that barrier, and Persin saw that he got the right time and knew when to retreat, and they just barely got out.
Yeah, and that's a big part of playing Lee Sin because his three main abilities have two activations, his initial activation and then the secondary, so you have to time those properly in addition to watching your passive, because every time you activate an ability, you will get those two faster attacks. So you have to be, if you want to maximize your damage, you can see Lagspike there taking the red buff. I think this is going to have a huge effect because if he can get those slow down on Persin, that
and
definitely
it looks like he's going to get quite a bit of real estate on Persin. And there he's making his move. He has red buff. They're both level 5. And great jukes from Persin. And Lagspike will try to get a little bit of the harass in there. But again, a good escape for Persin. Persin's going to dive in and bring Lagspike a little low. Health pots coming up from Lagspike. And we might see, this is Persin, doesn't have his flash. But it is Lee Sin, so Lee Sin can get in and out. And we're going to see if, you know, Lagspike coming way out. He drops a little too low to his liking. And he wants to get out and harass Persin and zip back in. But Persin is having really great responses and forcing Lagspike to retreat very quickly, not leisurely.
Definitely, and this is something I really want to make note of. This is the first time we have seen a boots pickup in the 1v1 tournament, and Persin went with the Ninja Tabby, and this is allowing him to outrun Lagspike even with that movement speed debuff, so I think this is actually a fantastic choice for Persin.
And you can see that we're getting Dorn's Blade and a Longsword on Lagspike, so he's going for these trades, and Persin is possibly going to pick up a kill. The ult gets him kicked away. Is Lagspike going to go? No, he drops, and first blood goes to Persin. Persin takes the game away from Lagspike. This was in Lagspike's favor. It was his main champion, and Persin steals it away.
This was incredibly well played by Persin, and I can't say it again. I think the boots really helped him out here because he was allowed to catch up. He was allowed to chase Lagspike, where Lagspike didn't have any sort of movement speed modifier, and he wasn't able to run away from him. And we saw the ult coming out there at the end, but it just wasn't enough.
What was great is that they ulted each other and pushed each other away, but Persin made sure to push him outside of minion range, so he couldn't get back and get that shield. And so that's going to be a victory for Persin. He's going to move on to our finals. And unfortunately, Lagspike has been knocked out. But we're going to see him soon again in tournaments soon to come. And so we'll be right back just momentarily with the next semifinal matchup.